Josh Mannell here from MMA Today News. Today I'm speaking with Marthin Hamlet. How are you, man?
I'm all good. Thank you for asking.
Good, man. It's great to have you on. Um, so let's talk about your last fight. Your last fight was a first round knockout performance back in April. What was it like to pick up your first professional win in such brutal fashion?
No, it felt very good, and of course that I'm a wrestler, and it was very good to show everybody that I have punching power, I have knockout power, yeah, all of that stuff. So it was yeah, I'm happy with that performance.
And did your debut live up to your expectations?
Yeah, absolutely. I was turning from wrestling to MMA in after the Olympic qualification in 2016, and then I started training in May last year, and yeah, and so much was happening in a short time, and in April I felt more than ready for my pro debut,
Yes.
and it was a big show here in Scandinavia and Nordic, and it's what's in Superior Challenge. So it was very good for me to have a yeah a brutal finish in that organization.
Yeah, and you just mentioned about your wrestling too. Can you speak to me about that?
Yeah, I have a long background from wrestling. I started wrestling when I was 5 years old, and when I was 16, I moved to Sweden to develop more skills and with better wrestlers. And when I was 16, I won the Norwegian Championship for cadet and junior and senior. And I was when I was 20, I took third place in World Championship. And in 2014, took bronze medal in the European Championship in senior. So it was good, and I have like 15 medals from World
Wow.
Cups in wrestling. So it was yeah, how long I was traveling like 150 days, 160 days, and training camps every year. So it was yeah, a very tough job.
Wow, yeah, I bet. Away from the family too.
Yeah, of course. I stay with my wife now a long time, so yeah, she understands everything.
And obviously, you've just had a newborn too. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. That's new.
Only 18 days, right?
18 days, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, it's a new daily thing, but yeah, it's good to have such a big motivation to work harder.
Yeah, of course. So you've had two fights altogether, and you started as a heavyweight. Your pro debut was a light heavyweight, in fact. Do you see yourself staying at light heavyweight?
Yeah, I'm like 102, 103 kilo, and I drop very easy to 93 light heavyweight, and I feel fast, I feel strong. My physique is very good, and I feel healthy there. So it's no point to drop either more or go in heavyweight. Heavyweight is it's huge guys. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And being from Norway, what is the MMA scene out like there?
yeah, it's a good. It's growing here too. Especially after we have now some UFC fighters and in my gym too. So yeah, we are a lot of good guys who training and want to get to the high level.
So you just said about the training. Who out there really helps you with the training? Who do you train with?
I train with a lot of guys. We have like Jack Hermansson. He's fighting next weekend in Brazil UFC, and he
Yes.
has some fights. And we have this Viking Emil Valala, and we have Kenneth Berg and Håkon Foss, who fights in Cage Warriors. So and a lot of other great guys. So yeah, we are a huge team, and Musen Bahari is coaching there. Teta is a good BJJ black belt who teaches there, and I have a great boxing coach too. And of course, I train with the national team in wrestling to yeah to keep up my strong sides.
Um, and how did you get into MMA?
I've always been fascinated about MMA. I love the competition is like in the cage and a lot of people. Yeah, it's a huge show, and back in 2015 after World Championship, I come in contact with. I was placed number 7, I think, in this, and I come in contact with the Black Sealians down in Florida. And then I flew down there to have a speak, and we spoke a little. And yeah, I got my mind, but my main goal was to make to the Olympic in Rio, in Brazil, 2016. And when I didn't make to Rio, I knew that I will go 100% on MMA.
And before the wrestling, was there any previous combat sport experiences?
No, only wrestling for me. I only
Okay.
been wrestling. Yeah. So I started with zero in boxing, kickboxing, nothing.
So what do you do outside of mixed martial arts? Like, for example, hobbies, second job?
Yeah, I work little. I help other people get jobs, so it's good. And but totally, I focus a lot on the trainings, training and family. I like that.
Yeah. And does the second job affect your career at all, your mixed martial arts training?
No, of course, I'm a sponsor. It's good to have, but this job, it feel good to don't think training all the time. But I start every day in training, and then I go work a little, and then I go to training again. So it's a good for me.
Okay, final question. I know you need to get going. What are your long time goals in the sport?
Oh, of course, I was a high level wrestler and reached for the top there, so it will be stupid to not say I want to make it to the UFC. So that's my goal, and I will
Cool.
make it to there.
Of course, man. Thank you very much for speaking to me, man.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.